Hi guys, today I want to talk about the spoon theory and give you guys an explanation as to how I understand it. First of all, I wanted to speak about the source of my information, which is a website called butyoudon'tlooksick.com, and this has got the original blog post from the lady who's called Christine that came up with the spoon theory. And there's a wonderful quote from that website I wanted to share with you. The difference in being sick and being healthy is having to make choices or to consciously think about things when the rest of the world doesn't have to. The healthy have the luxury of a life without choices, a gift most people take for granted. So here's a bit of the backstory to the spoon theory. It began with a lady who has lupus, was at lunch, and she was across the table with a friend who really wanted to try and understand what it was like to live with her chronic condition. So instead of kind of explaining how she always explained it with words, she thought, hold on a minute, and grabbed all the spoons she could around her and then tried to explain that each spoon was the energy that it would take to complete an activity. She went on to say that for most people, they don't have to think about spoons. Their spoons are unlimited. However, for someone with a chronic condition, daily spoons are limited, and you have to plan your day accordingly as to how many spoons you have for that day. For this example that I'm going to use, I'm going to say we have 12 spoons. So she then asked her friend to describe what she does in the morning, and then for every one, she would take a spoon from her. So for example, I've put down the first spoon we use is to get up. Then it's going to take us spoons 2 and 3 to shower. Then it's going to take another spoon to get dressed, another spoon to manage medication, another spoon to eat breakfast, and then if you look, we've already used 6 spoons. So this is where, if we come away for a moment, we have to really think about planning and how somebody who has limited spoons, limited energy, would need to plan their day. So you have to kind of work out what is essential for that day, and what could maybe be put off or broken down into smaller segments so it could be done over several days. There is the theory that you could borrow spoons from tomorrow so you could achieve more today. So for example, push yourself a bit further. However, it would mean that the next day you'd start off with less spoons, so you'd have less energy. So if we carry on with the rest of the day, let's say that you have to go to work or you've got to do food shopping, some sort of errand where you need to leave the house. We'll say that's spoons 7 to 10. Then you get back home and you need to make dinner and eat it. So that's spoons 11 and 12. And if you look, that means we've run out of spoons for that. If we use 12 spoons as an example, we've run out. So we needed to plan our day a bit better. So what happens when we do run out of spoons? For a lot of people, that means they need to rest. And resting can mean different things to different people. You could push yourself too far and ignore how many spoons you should be using, but then that's going to cause problems for the following days. In order to kind of conserve spoons, pacing is especially important in order to make sure you're using each spoon to the full capacity. And the other thing is to ask for help. It wouldn't hurt if you could take away a couple of spoons from going shopping or going to work, if maybe you could have someone help you with that. Could you have somebody drive you? Could you have someone that would load and unload your car? Things like that is just an example. I wanted to take a moment to talk about spoons individually. Some days you get more spoons than others, as a lot of people with chronic conditions will know. Everyone is different. So some people might have 30 spoons a day, some people might only have 5. It is very kind of on an individual basis. It's just a measure to try and help people understand their condition a bit better and for others to understand it better. Some people with chronic conditions find it helps explain their ability level for the day. A lot of people do call themselves spoonies. You'll often see on forums people say, could I have a spoon, or I have some extra spoons, does anyone want them? And it's a very kind of layman term to kind of say, I'm struggling, I'm doing well today, and to kind of support each other without having to go into too much detail. I hope this was a simpler explanation, and I hope that you guys do understand the spoon theory a bit better if you were kind of wondering why spoonies and spoons were being thrown around so much in chronic condition forums. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for my next video. Take care. Bye.